They came, they met, and they failed to reach a decision. I'm Barkha Dutt. You're with the Mojo story. It's day 3 of the Karnataka drama. And these images that you're seeing on your screen never ended up being a joint photo opportunity. Siddaramiah and D K Shivakumar met with Rahul Gandhi, but separately. In fact, now the sloganeering in favor of D K Shivakumar came to the gates of Rahul Gandhi's residence while Siddaramaiah played it cool, whistling for the cameras. Mr. Shivakumar's supporters raised slogans in favor of him becoming the chief minister of the state right outside the gates of 10 Janpath. The divisions continue within the Congress party. D K Shivakumar is not relenting. He left the residence of Mr. Gandhi and Mr. Kharge visibly upset. For once, the media-savvy politician declined to speak to the waiting cameras, even pushing away some of the microphones from his window. The Congress has now acknowledged officially that it does not have a name for chief minister yet. Remember, earlier the swearing in of the cabinet was scheduled to be for Thursday. Now the Congress is asking for anywhere between 48 to 72 hours before reaching clarity. The Congress sources have suggested that an overwhelming number of MLAs were in support of Siddaramaiah for the post of chief minister. Siddaramaiah, in turn, is reported to have told MLAs that if he can't be chief minister, he'll accept anyone but not D K Shivakumar. Mr. Shivakumar, in turn, is said to be, according to sources close to him, against the rotational chief minister formula. All in all, it's a khichdi, and we do not yet know what the final tadka will be on it and what that government may finally look like and be like over the next 5 years. Let's introduce our guests on the program today as we look at the aftermath of the handsome Congress win in Karnataka that has been followed by a degree of chaos. Joining us on the program is somebody who really knows the inside of Karnataka politics. Let's bring him up in our screen now. Sugata Srinivasaraju is with us. He's an author and veteran journalist. It's good to see you, sir. Also joining us is Saba Naqvi, commentator, columnist, journalist. Good to see you as always, Saba. Also joining us from the Congress today is its leader, Dr. Hamid Hussain. Welcome to the program, sir. And finally joining us is commentator, analyst, Sumanth, Raman. Now, I want to give you a sense actually of what happened outside the gates of Rahul Gandhi's residence, where my colleague Harshit Sharma actually spoke with one of the supporters who was there shouting slogans in favor of D K Shivakumar. And he was specifically asked, what if the High Command chooses otherwise? And his answers are really interesting. And I want to just start the program with this small interview that will really give you a sense of what's happening in Delhi. Listen in.
Sir, I can see you have written DK for Karnataka. Decision is still pending. What is your demand?
Sir, we want DK Shivakumar for CM for Karnataka.
Okay, there are discussions going on. People are saying Siddaramaiah might be announced as CM. Are you happy?
We will not accept. We will not accept.
You want DK Shivakumar for
We want DK Shivakumar for CM.
And if by any chance the High Command decides that Siddaramaiah is going to be, how are you going to react to it?
No, sir. DK Shivakumar is youth inspiration, youth icon, backbone of KPCC, Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee, backbone. DK Shivakumar.
Do you think
none other?
Do you think that Congress has won this election because of DK Shivakumar? It is DK Shivakumar's hard work. Do you think that?
I'm thinking, sir. I'm thinking so.
DK Shivakumar has won this election for Karnataka.
Yes.
So, abhi agar Rahul,
We are recommending for High Command to select DK Shivakumar, sir.
So, you see, we're here to give a message to the High Command. Before I get to Dr. Hamid Hussain of the Congress Party, I just want Sugata to give his perspective on everything that's happening. You've also spoken today on Twitter about a kind of sly plan to defame Siddaramaiah, alleging that those who crossed over from the Congress to the BJP kind of were instigated by him to do so. What's actually going on here? There's very, very visible, loud support that is being expressed by Shivakumar's supporters. Mr. Shivakumar himself not being shy either. Siddaramaiah, by contrast, is keeping a very low profile. Is this just the personality clash of the two people, or is Mr. Siddaramaiah confident? And if he was so confident, why won't we have a decision by now? Sugata.
Thank you, Barkha. In fact, the feeling in Karnataka is that DK is far more subdued this time. Siddaramaiah is a little more aggressive. In Delhi, I think the pictures that you showed us, the protests that are happening outside or the demands that are being made in Delhi outside Rahul Gandhi's residence is far from what is happening in Karnataka, where I think the Siddaramaiah camp has stepped up far greater pressure. In fact, I also tweeted just now that I was passing by Racecourse Road. That is where a lot of ministers live, and there is a flex that is already out. And this is put up by a very senior youth Congress leader, son of a former minister. In the Congress, somebody has to be somebody's son. So, so he has put up this flex saying that, welcome to tomorrow's grand swearing-in ceremony, and I congratulate Siddaramaiah, who's taking over. So this whole lot of fake letters were circulating of governor actually inviting Siddaramaiah to be sworn in. And I just spoke to somebody in the Raj Bhavan, and that's completely fake. And the governor has ticked off the state, government, and to sort of stop all that. So this is the kind of environment that exists here. And see, both of them are equal claimants, Barkha. I don't think we can put one over the other. DK, I have not been a great fan of DK in the past. I've written very harshly, about several scams and stuff like that. But when it comes to this particular election, nobody can take away the kind of work that he did. And he has been the organizational face of the Congress, putting things together, building, kind of networks within the state. And and Siddaramaiah also is extremely popular because he's already been a chief minister. People know the kind of work that he has done, and there is a quite confidence with the stability that he can offer. So, and also Siddaramaiah's biggest strength in Karnataka has been that opinion makers in Karnataka seem to be airing their views, quite aggressively and loudly for Siddaramaiah, and that is catching the media attention and has caught the media attention in the past. But you cannot ignore DK's claims because both of them come from the old Mysore region, but DK belongs to the Okaliga community, and the Congress cannot afford to be seen, taking them off on the wrong side. Because that's a big community. The pontiffs of those community have come out and spoken.
So if you were the Congress, and by the way, D K Shivakumar is also flexing his muscle. The pictures you're seeing right now are at his brother's residence in Delhi. This is minutes ago, where he's now gathered his supporters, because so far what was happening is that at this residence the legislators were not showing up. He is now flexing his muscle, Sugata, very visibly. And I take your point that in Karnataka it looks like it's game, set, and match in terms of support for Siddaramaiah. But if you were today Rahul Gandhi, how would you be managing this?
That's a very difficult position to be in. but Barkha, what I would try to tell them is that it's Mr. Kharge who should take over as chief minister, because he's a senior leader respected by both D K Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, and there is a precedence in the Congress for AICC president to become chief minister, and that precedence is of Sanjeeva Reddy. Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy was simultaneously president of the Congress party as well as the chief minister of Andhra Pradesh. So if these people, if the Congress party does not want the state unit to go the Assam way, I think they have to find a third way out. And that third way that I see, only acceptable face is Kharge. Anyway, it would be some kind of poetic justice for Kharge, because Siddaramaiah has prevented Kharge from becoming chief minister thrice.
So you're actually suggesting that perhaps Mallikarjun Kharge can remain both the Congress president as well as the chief minister of Karnataka in the absence of a mediated consensus. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
I would have put that question to Dr. Hamid Hussain of the Congress, who has just lost his connection to us. So hopefully he'll rejoin. Let me actually bring in Saba at this point. This is an interesting sort of proposal by Sugata, an interesting thought, not a proposal. Do you see merit in it? Because what you're actually seeing right now is D K Shivakumar refusing to relent. Right? We saw all day TV channels incorrectly reporting that a formula had been reached. Mr. Siddaramaiah is chief minister, D K Shivakumar is his deputy. BJP or DK Shivakumar agreeing to the last 3 years. He actually hasn't agreed. And he is showing his support and he's taking his support to the gates of Rahul Gandhi's residence. And this is the same man who broke down in tears on the day of the victory saying, I'll never forget that Sonia Gandhi came to meet me in jail. Saba, your thoughts?
First of all, Sugata is always interesting in writing and in the
Yes.
formulation that he comes up with. So I have absolute admiration for this new formulation that Kharge should take over. However, I have a perspective on this. Number one, I do believe, I checked with the people who ran the campaign for the Congress. Half the game was defeating the BJP, there was anti-incumbency, but a lot of it was people were also voting for Siddaramiah. So now MLAs, clearly DK is the wealthier person, private funding. If I think there's a very simple democratic principle involved over here. If the MLAs want a person, if your pollsters, your own pollsters, not even CSDS, are telling you that Siddaramaiah is the more popular person, then this is a popular mandate. Thirdly, I believe there will be different opinions in the Congress, but my information is Rahul Gandhi, because he now wants to go on the caste issue. In between Karnataka, he took a position on caste census, which was backed up by Mallikarjun Kharge. And that he does not want to let Siddaramaiah go, because Siddaramaiah is a face of a mass leader from a backward caste. And he also plays the politics of Inda and so on and so forth. So I'm given to understand that Rahul Gandhi would be batting for Siddaramaiah, though there are many, many concerns of other people. I don't know all the other details. I just know this. But in my view, it's a mass. Will the Congress go out and say, no, the guy may be the most popular, but the loyalist to the family is the one we choose? Then we're talking Darbari politics versus mass politics. You can get into the history of the deal, Siddaramaiah strikes here and there. All these mass politicians are expert at cutting a vote there, dropping that there. But he is immensely popular. And in this campaign, his popularity, according to the Congress's own managers, was a factor in their victory. Oh, what are you going to do with it?
But I'm just curious about your use of the word Darbari. Do you think DK Shivakumar is a kind of courtier, or do you think he played a critical? DK Shivakumar said, under my leadership, I have delivered Karnataka. Mr. Shivakumar clearly sees that this victory. In fact, he told me in an interview that Siddaramaiah was named the chief minister candidate last time. He didn't get the numbers. He's basically saying, I got the numbers. If you had named Sidda the CM candidate this time and you removed me, you wouldn't have won the state. That's the point he's making.
Barkha, I know he's being very persuasive and he has very, very good connections with the press. And I'm sure he's wonderful. I don't know him, but I'm sure he's wonderful. But the point is, there are also many corruption cases against him. They're going to come.
One was being heard in the Supreme Court today. The Supreme Court was hearing it today, by the way.
Yeah. How do you think, again and again, there is a very basic principle here. Was Siddaramaiah, is he not the bigger mass leader? It's a mass election. It's not an election of the Congress party's preferences. It's an election of the people of Karnataka. Are the more MLAs not backing Siddaramaiah because they know who got them the votes? So on that principle, I think we can have many things to say. You know, that kind of mass person who's whistling at the camera one day, dancing the other day. I've seen shades of that. Look, I could understand the language of a Lalu Prasad Yadav, who's now way past it. There is something, they are wicked characters. They cut here, they cut there, they'll do this. But what do you do with a mass politician as opposed to an organization figure? There's a different category. In the BJP also, they've seen the consequences of shutting down a mass politician called Mr. Yedurappa.
I completely agree. I completely agree with you that Siddaramaiah would be the natural choice for chief minister, provided that they can manage DK Shivakumar's ambitions, feelings, a sense of, this round should have gone to him. That's clearly his sense of entitlement. And Sumanth, you said today that you support that. You see the point. Why do you see the point?
I think, Barkha, there are two issues. One is, as Saba rightly pointed out, the overwhelming majority of MLAs seem to want Mr. Siddaramaiah. I'll point out one pre-poll analysis or projection where they had asked who is your chief minister's choice. Mr. Siddaramaiah scored 44%, much higher than Mr. Bommai and all the others. And I think DK was somewhere around single digits, I think 8 or 9% or something like that. So that is the kind of difference. So the point is, DK Shivakumar's importance to the Congress party is not limited to Karnataka. Let's be very clear. He has been their troubleshooter in multiple states. Remember Ahmed Patel's Rajya Sabha election? Remember what happened in Maharashtra? It was DK who organized for the MLAs to be herded, shepherded into hotels, shepherded into resorts, and he was there on the spot, with all the financial resources that were needed for the party, in a very, very short span of time. So the way I see it is, I think the Congress High Command, whether it is Mr. Kharge or the Gandhi family, know that logically they will have to go with Siddaramaiah for multiple reasons. The MLAs want him. He is by far the bigger mass leader at the moment. But they do not want to do it by alienating DK Shivakumar, and therefore they want to go out of the way. You remember, Barkha, 3 days ago, it was Priyanka Gandhi who made the call to DK Shivakumar to come to Delhi. So I think the Gandhi family wants to reach out to the extent possible to sort of explain.
Yeah, I think I agree with what all three of you have said. Sumanth, I think the Congress and the Gandhis in particular believe that DK Shivakumar would have possibly been easier to manage than he has been thus far. Salman Soz is here of the Congress party, and Anurag Naidu is also here. Salman, we've been talking about this for the last couple of days, and today we've seen sloganeering right outside the residence of Rahul Gandhi. Very voluble DK Shivakumar supporters. Mr. Shivakumar has now also released pictures of his supporters at his brother's residence in Delhi. This is not proving to be as smooth as the Congress would have hoped. And I think, you missed a bit of the earlier conversation here. Almost everybody thinks that Mr. Kharge is the man with the MLAs backing him. Sugata has an interesting proposal. If you can't agree, make Kharge both the president and the chief minister. Salman, your thoughts? Salman, you're at mute. Unmute yourself, please, and go ahead. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Barkha. There are many proposals out there, but the party has to do what is best for it. So right now, I know we are in the realm of speculation and who's going to be the chief minister, what will Mr. Shivakumar do, and what will Mr. Siddaramaiah do. But the fact of the matter is that we followed a process, and our process is basically observers were appointed. They went, they spoke to the new MLAs individually. This process went on for the whole night, actually. Those observers came back to Delhi, reported that to our senior leadership, and then the senior leadership called Mr. Shivakumar and Mr. Siddaramaiah to Delhi for consultations. That is what the process is, and ultimately, Kharge ji is going to make the appointment. I think, to my mind, I think it's going to take maybe another day or two at the most, which would still be less than it took the BJP in Uttar Pradesh and Assam.
With one difference, that point is correct, and Saba will of course add more, being the sort of expert on the BJP. You weren't seeing this kind of public claim. You weren't seeing this kind of very public, visible claim to the post of chief minister. Someone might turn around and say that erodes the authority of the Gandhis. I don't know, but that could be something that is said.
Have you forgotten that Mr. Yogi Adityanath removed all pictures of the prime minister from his social media handles when he was not being made the prime minister because there was opposition to his name from the highest levels of the BJP? Have you forgotten? I mean, memories are short, but our memory is not that short. And then Mr. Yogi Adityanath was made the chief minister, and there's still some dissent. There's still some problems in the BJP. Now, some people feel that maybe Mr. Modi's, reaching the Margdarshak Mandal age, and maybe he should move on and let Mr. Adityanath become the new leader or new face of the BJP. So I think, I personally don't think that anybody's authority is going to be eroded, because both of these gentlemen and others and other senior leaders of the Karnataka BJP who've won a stupendous victory, they know that they have to uphold the verdict that has come. The Congress has a huge responsibility in Karnataka. The people really want to change. They want a good government. That is what we have to provide. And we have a very important election in 2024, and Karnataka is going to be a very vital piece of it.
Before I come to Anurag, Saba, do you see any difference? I think Salman is absolutely correct that BJP governments have often, in Uttar Pradesh the first time around, the MLAs, Manoj Sinha was considered the choice. He then ended up becoming Lieutenant Governor of Kashmir. Yogi Adityanath was a complete afterthought the first time around. Assam took its own time. But I still believe that you did not see this. I mean, there was a time when you would not have imagined that a Congress leader could take his supporters to the gates of 10 Janpath and say, "This is our message to the High Command." Is there a difference? Is there a difference?
No, Barkha, you might remember that Uma Bharti, when she was
Yes.
denied the chief ministership of Madhya Pradesh, she
Yes.
came on stage in the BJP office and she abused them on the stage in front of all of us. So she made such a scene. It was one of that BJP was very different. Everybody used to abuse everyone
Yes.
else and talk to all of us. Uma made a hell of a racket. So that was memorable. One of the big
Yes.
things.
Yes.
Like an epic tantrum. So no, in this case, what's happened here is that they're both strong figures, and they have pulled off one hell of a victory.
Yeah.
I mean, they are, and it's true. I mean, see, the thing about mass politicians is that they are wicked characters sometimes. They can get some third candidate to stand here and there, and they play their own games. And just as I believe Yediyurappa has done, and his people have done, this whole Lingayat switch, I'm not saying they wanted to sabotage the BJP, but perhaps they had calculated that the BJP might be a little short and their people would be outside the party in a way to prop. Games like that have happened, because they were very, very annoyed with the actions of the RSS figure in Karnataka. So
Yeah.
they will play. See, right now, DK is having a tantrum. But my experience of covering politics tells me Siddaramiah is the one who will bring them down without having a tantrum if they don't make him. He will just do the signaling. That's how they can do. Mass politicians are genuinely more lethal. So DK is having a scene, but he actually has very little scope to do that much after a point. He can hardly go and join the BJP. Come on. He has withstood everything. And I think the Congress, so let's say they want to, he'll create havoc, Siddaramiah. We won't understand what he's doing. He'll be whistling at a camera, he'll be dancing in some place, but he will not do what DK is doing. But there will be a problem on their hands if they don't make him, I think.
Yeah. So now, of course, there are two formulas at play here. One is the offer of Deputy Chief Minister to D K Shivakumar. The other is the rotational Chief Minister. Sugata is back with us. Sugata, jump right in. Also, I noticed, Salman, before I get Sugata, you didn't respond to Sugata's idea that why not make Mr. Kharge both the Chief Minister and the Congress President. I just want a quick response on that. Salman?
That is not for me to say. That is for our legislature party and our senior leadership to say, including Kharge ji. But at the same time, I think, from my perspective, Kharge ji, like I said yesterday, I think on your program, we had a hard-fought election in the Congress party. He won fair and square, and he has a job to do. But at the same time, ultimately, whatever the legislators and our leadership in Karnataka and Delhi want, that's what's going to happen.
Okay, I want to bring in Sugata. Sugata, I was asking you, if you were Rahul Gandhi today, what would you do? And I think there's a consensus here that Siddaramiah is the mass leader, two, the choice of the overwhelming majority of legislators, and three, as Saba just said, him being angry would impact the Congress more than D K Shivakumar being angry. That said, there are also Congress people who say, he came in from the outside. He did, and today we are seeing a bunch of tweets, including one from Dr. Sudhakar, but also others that you flagged, which are people who are now with the BJP, used to be with the Congress, suggesting that Siddaramaiah instigated their defection. What's behind this spate of tweets?
No, this is something that has been pretty much discussed in Karnataka for a very long time. See, also, if you look at what happened with Siddaramaiah, he came into the Congress party in 2006, and in 2008, he was extremely angry against Mr. Kharge because Kharge was made the opposition leader and he wanted to be the opposition leader, and he almost rebelled at that point of time. So that has not been forgotten. Then again, when it came to 2013, of course, it was his election on, I mean, at that point of time on NDTV, I went and argued it was not Kharge's election. and it is Siddaramaiah's election, and Siddaramaiah should be made the chief minister. Even then, there was a bit of a debate, but then they settled with Siddaramaiah because it was genuinely his election. And then 2014, Siddaramaiah could not sort of deliver the Lok Sabha elections to the Congress party. Again, 2018, Siddaramaiah lost the assembly elections very badly. I mean, although he had performed reasonably well.
Could the Congress have won this election without D K Shivakumar?
No, I personally feel no, because once he represents a very large community in the Mysore region, that is the Okaligas. Siddaramaiah comes from a smaller community, and to add to that, Siddaramaiah represents Kurubas who are 4 or 5% of the population, but the rest of the backward classes have been with Yediyurappa. Siddaramaiah has not been able to bring them under the Congress fold. And the other thing is, Barkha, that D K Shivakumar, if Mumbai, Karnataka, see, this is a victory of the Congress which has been very inclusive and representative, because Congress has got more than 40% vote share in all these 6 political regions of Karnataka. But if you look at Mumbai, Karnataka, where the BJP was the strongest, it was D K Shivakumar who made it his personal thing to bring that whole thing back, because he had a lot of personal fights with a lot of rich men in that region, and he sort of deployed his forces and strategy and all. He's a strategist. I mean, I don't want to take it away from him. As I told you right at the beginning, I mean, I don't want to sound like an apologist for DK, but I'm just trying to play a devil's advocate. My candidate is Kharge. That is because you can never settle the dispute between these two people, because it will be equally damaging if you make one.
And that would have been my question. That let's say that D K Shivakumar is persuaded either to take a rotational chief minister or a deputy chief minister. What will be the nature of the government is a question wide open. Sumanth, I saw your hand go up, and Anurag, just let's see if your line holds. Jump right in with a comment. Anurag?
Yeah, Barkha. So Barkha, hello. Yeah, I'm audible, Barkha?
Yeah.
Yes, Barkha. I think the Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge's nomination is the most interesting thing, and if Congress has to survive, I think that's the way going forward, Barkha. And what we have to understand is, what is Mr. Siddaramaiah today? We are all speaking about his popularity, his mass appeal. I really don't understand where this national media is getting, this survey is done, most popular leader and all that. I'm very surprised, because 2018 he contested from 2 seats, slender victory from Badami, which happened to be Congress bastion, slender margin. I mean, it was about to maybe not even 2,000 votes. So I really don't understand where's the popularity. And even 2013, I mean, with all due respect, there was a lot of hangama about where he wants to contest from. Kolar, har jayenge, Varuna, that confidence. But whereas a DK, you have somebody who's telling 1 lakh majority from, you don't even need to go and campaign. So I'm not trying to compare both the leaders, but what I'm trying to say is, if Congress chooses Siddaramaiah again, they're digging their own grave. Reason being, I'm coming to that point. The point is, the leader becomes strong, organizations do not become strong. And these are the people who then create problems for the Congress. The Congress always struggle with that. If DK becomes chief minister, DK becomes chief minister, organization, Congress as a party becomes strong, not individual. Because DK can never have that pan-Karnataka mass appeal, because he doesn't, even though he comes from Vokalinga, let me also tell, Vokalingas are still majority with the JDS. Until Mr. Devegowda is alive, they will be rock solid with the JDS. So there is a split. So DK represents an organization gets strength.
Can I get Salman to respond to this? It's a very interesting thought. You have 2 people on this panel who actually say Mr. Kharge would be a better bet for the Congress, also because he is somebody who could then hold the warring factions together. There's also that.
Absolutely.
Like as I said,
at least in 2024.
Okay. There's also talk now, Salman, one way being out that D K Shivakumar be given a pan-India role. Maybe he becomes the new Ahmed Patel. Maybe he runs sort of all campaigns in the South. There's talk of giving him Telangana, which is the next big state coming up in the South. I know, Sumanth, you've got a hand up. Give me a second. I just want to get Salman to respond to everything that he's heard. Salman.
Barkha, as far as Khargeji's kind of candidacy is concerned, look, I mean, ultimately, when the consultations are over, I think why are they talking to each other? Because this is a bit of a situation. If the solution was that easy, then it would have been
It would be done. It would have been done. Yeah.
done by now. The reason we
Yeah.
are talking about this is because we're talking about two senior leaders they're stalwart leaders, as I keep saying. And by the way, these are not the only two. We have some other excellent leaders in the Karnataka Congress.
I mean, you've had Mr. Parameshwar throwing his hat into the ring,
So
talking about 50
we have
plus
these
MLAs.
people,
Yeah.
and now if and when these discussions are over, my own sense is that one of these two gentlemen is going to be the next chief minister. And as far as Kharge ji is concerned, I think I say this to others as well, including inside my party, that with Kharge ji and with Rahul ji and with Priyanka ji, kind of a three-headed attack, I really think that is something that is a credible force to take on the BJP in the next 5 elections that are coming up and in the Lok Sabha election. I think that's to my mind, as a party member, I think that's what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
So now, in terms of Mr. D K Shivakumar, just in case, hypothetically, he is not the chief minister, and what national role and other things. Frankly, the Congress Party, he's been very, very good for the Congress Party in Karnataka. He's made the organization very strong, clearly, as others have noted. He's been loyal. He's been with us through thick and thin. When those for whom we've done so much, they left us. It is people like D K Shivakumar who stuck with the party, and I think in the most difficult, trying circumstances. So, like I said earlier, whatever he gets, he will deserve. And so
but the question is still wide open. Yeah, but the question is still wide open. Could that government sort of handle its contradictions? Sumanth, you wanted to come in. As you make your comment, we polled our viewers. And of course, these viewers are not all from Karnataka. They're not the MLAs of the winning party. But they reflect in a way, you'll see in a moment from now, the kind of split down the middle, as it were. We said, now this doesn't say who should be. It just says who will be the next chief minister of Karnataka. And I think we have 16,000 people who've taken part in this poll, and it's completely divided with 17,000, I'm being told now, with 10%, Sugata, backing your theory that it's time for Mr. Kharge. Let's look at Mr. Kharge also as a candidate. Sumanth, go ahead. Sumanth.
Barkha, this idea that I even put out a tweet a couple of days ago. D K Shivakumar, if you look at it very carefully, can play a very, very important role for the Congress party at the national level. He's a great organizer. He's a very good strategist. He is loyal to the party. He has the ability to mobilize huge resources. And, very importantly, he has the aggression and the guts to take on Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah. How many people in the Congress party can you actually count who have all of these qualities? So I really feel the Congress party is sensible. And if they have decided, as it appears, that Mr. Siddaramaiah is going to be the chief minister, then, rather than, making Mr. D K Shivakumar a deputy chief minister, I don't know, something like a headquarters secretary or organizational general secretary of the party based in Delhi until 24, until the elections. Give him a bigger national role. Make sure that he is able to bring all his skills to bear at the national level with a massive election for the Congress coming up. I'm not even sure if they lose again very badly, what will happen to the party in future at the national level. So it's a huge election. And why not utilize his services at the national level? Maybe consider a transition to Karnataka after the elections. Maybe move him as the chief minister in 25.
You see, the problem with this, next time chief minister is one that Karnataka tends to vote out governments every 5 years. Two, Mr. D K Shivakumar may not be happy with this organizational role. He's not a backroom boy like Ahmed Patel. He wants the glory of the front-facing role. Everyone who keeps calling him a strategist, I think, forgets the fact that he has an outward ambition. He doesn't just want to control power. He wants to be in power. That's my reading. Sugata, you can tell me if I'm wrong or right. Sugata, go ahead.
No, Barkha, you're absolutely right. See, I mean, DK's grouse has been that he's always assigned the brick and mortar kind of role. and while Siddaramaiah is lounging in official bungalows. Now that is the line that has come out yesterday and today. See, and his people have been listing the failures of Siddaramaiah. As I told you earlier, 2008 he creates a problem, 2013 he wins, 14 he loses, 18 he loses, as somebody else on the panel pointed out. His victory margin was lesser than that of the Nota votes that were polled in Badami. Varuna, he lost by over 40,000 votes as a sitting chief minister. Then again, 2019, after a secular coalition is formed, the accusation, I clearly mentioned that it's an accusation, was that he sent 17 of his acolytes or his accomplices across to the BJP to bring down the secular government. These are some of the accusations against him. And this is being cited loudly since yesterday by all of D K Shivakumar's followers. And D K Shivakumar does not want a backroom role anymore. And D K Shivakumar has made his ambition known right from the beginning, and he has fought the election to become the chief minister. And you shouldn't forget the finance part. It is DK who has always, brought in finance to the party. Plus, whenever there has been a by-election, Barkha, it's always been given to DK to sort of deliver a victory there. So it's quite fair on his part to expect the chief ministerial chair to be given to him. And I don't think he'll ever relent. It will become a very difficult situation for the Congress party, and that is the reason why, even at least as a transitional chief minister.
So you're saying if immediately Mr. Siddaramaiah is made chief minister, and even if D K Shivakumar accepts deputy CM or rotational CM, that is not a model you think can work for the government. Is that what you're saying, Sugata?
No,
that's not what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, it won't work. It won't work for
that's what,
the Congress party.
That's
it won't work for the Congress party. Basically, because there is, it's split right in the middle, as your poll showed.
Okay.
The whole thing is split right in the middle. It will be very difficult to keep the two together. So you need a third person. You need a third person.
Can I just ask a question? I want to ask Sugata, what if Siddaramaiah is not made? I mean, on a lighter note, I can see him and Yedurappa sitting together and plotting bringing down both center and state. If Siddha is not made.
No, that's precisely the accusation. No, Barkha, that's precisely the accusation against Siddaramaiah, that he trades. He trades his loyalty. He's not loyal to the party. Whereas D K Shivakumar has been put to jail. Saba, Barkha, Siddaramaiah, DK has been put to jail. DK has delivered the Ahmed Patel election. He has, taken people to resorts. He has taken a huge risk. And Siddaramaiah trades loyalty is the charge against him.
Yeah. Okay, I have 5 minutes left. I'm going to give Saba a minute, Anurag a minute, Sumanth a minute, and the last word to Salman, and then we have to close. Saba, quickly, last thoughts?
Very quickly, Barkha, if the MLAs want Siddaramaiah, it's delightful to have all these, and I think Sugata has put forth very interesting theories. But how do you get away from that? It's a complete.
How
do you get away from that?
Absolutely.
But my visual as reporters, I would love to see both Yendu and Siddha sitting in a room plotting everybody's
journalists are now having fun. Journalists are now having fun because the story isn't moving. Sumanth quickly. Yeah, I'm coming to you, Anurag.
It's very, very important for the Congress party not to mess this up. And I cannot emphasize how important it is, because this is the first big state they've won in 5 years. I mean, Himachal is not really a big state, right?
Correct.
So if they mess this up again, running into Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Chhattisgarh, and one Congress leader actually said they don't even expect 50 to 60 seats in Rajasthan this time. They're going to face her out. So it becomes extremely important for the Congress. If they face a rebellion now, then the entire sheen of this huge victory in Karnataka goes off. So they better get it right.
D K Shivakumar has said, I will not blackmail or backstab the party, but he's not relenting either. Anurag, quickly.
Very quick. I think we have a Congress panelist also, Barkha, but what I feel is this is the time of Congress to take this hard step. Reason I'll tell you, even if Siddaramaiah, we all agree that he may go away and take some MLAs out, but with the kind of majority they have, But trust me, it is impossible to take more than 30, 40, 20, more than 15 or 10 MLAs. Reason being, these MLAs have got elected after almost a gap of 10 years. They don't want to go for a re-election for the next 5 years. And I think I'm telling you, Congress is in a very solid wicket.
So you are saying either Mr. D K Shivakumar or Mr. Kharge, Anurag.
Yeah, absolutely. It's in the interest of the party. Otherwise,
Okay.
Mr. Shivakumar is not an NGO. Mr. Shivakumar is not an NGO, Barkha, that we are saying, "Arey, paisa hai Delhi aa jao, paisa hai America aa jao." He's not. He's doing it for a purpose.
Okay.
And if you are not giving him, rewarding him for this purpose,
I'm rushing you along because Salman also has to go and we have to close. But Sugata, quickly, Sugata.
Yeah, Barkha, I mean, if Kharge is made, it will become very difficult for Siddaramaiah to rebel because Siddaramaiah claims a Hindu vote base. And if he rebels, his career is over the next day. So only Kharge can hold the Congress together in Karnataka.
Interesting idea that Mr. Kharge makes the government rebellion proof. Salman Soz, last word to you.
Wait for 24 hours. I think you'll have the next chief minister.
Wait,
Not to worry.
3 days. 3 days. The swearing was meant to be on Thursday.
But Barkha, you should ask him for how long.
Great content.
Good news, but for how long?
Content.
Or 48 hours or 72 hours.
Okay. So, Salman, you're holding back on the Kharge idea that has been floated on the program.
Because he defeated us. Shashi and I fought very hard against him and he defeated us. So now we should, just on a personal note. But of course, if the party decides that that's what we should do, then he'll be our person. But, but I can tell you that he's doing a great job as a Congress president. I must say that with him being there and with the other senior leadership, I think we have fresh energy.
Okay, we will leave it there. We're just now, as I think Saba said, I think journalists are now having a field day. We're computing, calculating, imagining, speculating, but in the end, everything is great copy. But you know what? It isn't a trifle matter. Some of us don't live in Karnataka, some of us do. This was a clear verdict. And I think the voter of Karnataka will want to see a clarity in the trajectory ahead, not a fuzzy arrangement. So let's see what happens. Randeep Surjewala is on record saying maybe another 48 hours. Let's see. Salman, Sugata, Anurag, Sumanth, Saba. Pleasure. And to our audience, see you tomorrow. We started Mojo right here in this basement. Just 4 people. 4. And now we're about to hit our first 1 million subscribers. So this is to say thank you to all of you for your support, for your respect, and for your encouragement. We've always gone to where the story is. During the pandemic, when television's big anchors were hunkered down in their studios or at their homes, we hit the road. We traveled from Delhi to Kerala, covering 30,000 kilometers in a small car, reporting from inside ICUs and inside slum tenements. Whether it's flash floods or war zones, we've always put our boots on the ground. In fact, we're just back from Punjab, tailing the Khalistani fugitive Amritpal Singh. And through all of this, we have always put you, the people, first. In an age of partisan polarized media where most journalists are either chamcha ya morcha, we believe the story is sacred and the truth of the story is what matters. And now as we get ready for the next step, we need your help. Become a Mojo member and get first access to all our big interviews. Get a chance to ask our newsmakers questions. Get a chance to write and report for us for both our website and our channels. And also, interact with me and my colleagues directly through AMA sessions. Literally, ask me anything. Click on the join now right next to the subscribe button, and yes, also subscribe if you haven't yet, and become a Mojo member for just 159 rupees a month. Hope to see lots of you in our community. It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.